with some questions.
I
want to give a lot of thanks to our crowd, the Buckeye Walk, the Skull Session, and that was one of the great evenings in Columbus and Ohio State. But I really appreciate that. I mean, I never want to let that go without telling the fans that was tremendous. Also, our student body and Quick Cals. I mean, it's really cool to watch guys really buy in, and not only the team but the fans. And that was from the bottom of my heart. I want to make sure everybody knows that. And it's not a great story, but it is a great story. That was a good thing for Ohio State tonight. Give credit where credit due. Also, I thought the first quarter was a train wreck for our offense, but it was because they're playing very good defense. And they weren't doing a lot different. They came out and they hit us in the mouth. We had to get going, but our offensive line eventually took over that game. And we have two good runners right now. We have a quarterback, obviously it's kind of ridiculous running the ball. And then Carlos Hyde is a guy that started to earn a lot of respect other than that darn fumble. But he's running hard, and then Rod Smith came in and pounded it too. So you can see what we are. We're kind of a pound you offense right now, which is, I don't mind that. I've had a lot of those, but I mean, that's a pound you offense. And we still need to do some other things, but we also, opportunity on a couple, I think we have 2 touchdown passes, right? Just 1 touchdown pass, but another one right down to the end zone. Defense, we can get a lot better. Created some turnovers, we can still get a lot better. I'm pleased with their effort, but we all know that we can't give up those kind of yards and that kind of points and win the game. But they fed off each other, and this team's buying in, and they're doing a good job.
Far right, over here, Clay.
Yeah, Coach. You said this could be a heck of a football team by the end of the year. The offense just show up a little early because a lot of people say, hey, a new era of offensive football is arriving in Ohio State.
I like the sound of that. I didn't feel that way in the first 15 minutes of the game. It was terrible. And I didn't feel like we were blocking them. I didn't feel like they were kind of defeating us at the line of scrimmage, but that changed. And people are asking that. I don't really know what changed, other than our guys played very well. So I'll have something more for you next week on exactly what happened.
Far left, Doug.
Coach, Braxton Miller said you weren't even sure at the end how many points you guys had scored. Did you just lose track? Did you score that many?
Braxton said that?
Yeah.
Got caught up in the moment.
Is this, when you got here and started evaluating the talent, did you think this would come? Did you think this offense would be here this season with the guys you had?
No. Okay. I didn't think our offensive line would come to, you're playing a tight end or right tackle. You're playing a bunch of guys that didn't play a lot of football and as honest as they can, look pretty good. They didn't look the way we wanted them to look in January, and good kids though, good tough guys, and they're the ones that really developed. I mean, like really developed. And even early in the season, I didn't feel it. I didn't feel us change the line of scrimmage against those early teams, and I'm starting to feel us change the line of scrimmage. We know how fragile that is. They got a bad, bloody nose tomorrow, and it's not a very good offensive line. So we don't have a lot of depth, but Coach Warner and those guys got something going right now. They're changing the line of scrimmage against some very good defensive lines. And the last 2 we played, those are very good defensive lines.
Right front, Tim.
Yeah, we're going to talk about number 1, Roby's pick 6, which kept y'all in the game. I mean, it was kind of odd there.
Dark day. It was a dark day there for that first quarter. He stepped in front on that Philly ground on his punt return. Those kids that hear those, we do a little ceremony after the game, let some guys talk who performed well, and every one of them to a man said that. When the offense was struggling, you have Roby, and then also the punt return, and when the offense goes out, and I think we had a couple long drives, I can't remember the minutes, but where our defense is on the sideline and we're just methodically moving the offense and moving the ball. So right now they're feeding off each other.
Did you see a difference though? Obviously, first quarter, like you said, was a train wreck, and then suddenly Braxton went 72 yards. Was that the ignition point?
No question. We wanted to really rely on Carlos Hyde a little bit to pound him. I felt the way he earned it, and I made that comment after what I saw in that last drive against Michigan State that maybe we can pound the ball for 5, 6, 7 yards. Some people would say it's not the most exciting thing. It's pretty good to call a play on 2nd and 4, second and 3, and that was a plan, and the plan was not working in the first quarter. I think Braxton obviously changed the game.
Second row, Adam.
Urban, you guys are ahead of schedule now. What does that mean for the future, especially on offense, for this team?
Well, we had a bunch of recruits in that locker room afterwards, so you start talking about future. That's the name of the game, is about recruits. players and continue to build and keep going. So I'm very pleased with where we're at, but also been doing this long enough to realize that you have a bad week, you have a bad night tonight, you have a bad something. I don't want to be the downer, but we're not there, and we have a long way to go. And, the good thing is these guys know we're anxious to get into work tomorrow. I think that's, to a man, they said that tonight. We can't wait to get to work tomorrow.
Far right, Austin.
Urban, you just touched on, Carlos and reference to the offensive line playing better. How much of it, though, these yards after contact, the way that Carlos is battling through, is him making some plays for you?
I think, I'll let you know why. It's a great question. I don't know his post-contact yards, but I also saw the line of scrimmage change. I mean, you could see with the line of scrimmage, if he was getting into the line of scrimmage, it was 2-3 yards down the field that he's doing this. That's a big guy like that. You get him started. It's hard to bring down. He has to get started. He wasn't getting started in that first quarter. That offense line did in the second, third, fourth.
2 more questions. Obi.
Coach, Obi Stillwell, you've been known to call guys, say, that's my guy, as guys graduate kind of through your program. Did you get any new guys tonight?
A bunch of them. I like that. I don't know if I'm prepared to say that. I got a bunch of guys in there right now. I think my guys right now are that offensive line. I just love it to death. I just to see what they did tonight and see the reaction in there and know what they've gone through. That's a great question. There's more than just one.
Last question, Bo.
Urban, you said in the lead up to this you wanted this place to be an inferno. Those were 2 pretty iconic helmets hooking up, and that was a pretty special night. Did you enjoy, did it live up to what you kind of hoped it would?
It sure did. And like I said, I started off that conversation with I asked it to be an inferno, and it started from day one. I mean, from whatever time we started, 6 o'clock or 5:30, we came walking down those stairs, and the whole line of people, we closed in the Buckeye Walk, because I want these people. I didn't like the first couple of weeks. I saw a bunch of people, I saw players with headsets on and not listening to music as they're walking down. That's not what we want. What we want is the fans. It's Ohio's football team. It's a great state of Ohio's football team. Come and enjoy your players because they're playing hard for you. So I loved every minute of it.
Coach, thank you very much.